Welcome to Pinball Mayhem. My name is Jeremy Ajma, and today we're going to talk about tools that I really love for working on pinball. You could say these are must-have tools, but the reality is you don't have to have some of these tools, but I find them really useful, and I use almost all these regularly. So as I was gathering stuff, it's like, oh, I got to try this. Oh, I got to try that. So I've got more than 10 here. So I'm going to move the camera, and we're going to give a little overview shot of the tools, and then I'm probably just going to do some insert shots of each tool. Maybe I'll move the camera around on the gimbal and kind of point to stuff. Not quite sure how I'm going to do it, but we'll see. But if you got any questions about these tools or any other tools, just let me know. Hit me up in the comments, and we'll do the best I can for it. For the tools I've selected today, I'm just going to go over these really quickly. If you guys got any more questions about it or whatnot, let me know in the comments like I said before. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video on it. But I'm just going to start at one tool and just move on to the next. These are not in order of importance or price or anything like that. First, we'll start off with these Klein screwdrivers. Any kind of set of screwdrivers is good. It's good to have a variety. Enough said on that. Next one is pliers. I am big on pliers. As you can see here, we've got flat blade pliers. Those are great for adjusting leaf switches and stuff. We've got these really handy little miniature channel locks. They're really cool. These next three tools are the ones I love the most. These are Zircon, or Xuron. They're made in the USA. They're spring loaded. They offer a whole bunch of stuff. You usually find these at hobby stores. These are little nippers. I love these orange ones, and my absolute favorite are these blue ones. I've got like 6 or 8 of these things because I got them all over the place. I misplace them and whatnot. I use them a lot. I damage them. I buy new ones. I buy a couple new ones every year every time I go to the hobby store outside of town here. But they are really, really great. Next thing, a whole bunch of tiny little wrenches. Most of these are like for an ignition set, which you don't have much in cars anymore. You don't need little wrenches to work on that kind of stuff, but I find them really useful for the pinball hobby. Next one would be the ratcheting set, the 5/8 and the 9/16. Really nice to have for setting up and taking down a machine. You don't have to have this. You could use an adjustable wrench or something, but having the right tools is great, and the ratcheting is super nice. Moving on to the next one, we've got a couple different set of files here. These are point files. Only use these on electromechanical machines, but I've got 2 here. One's a finer and one's a coarser one. Up next is some X-Acto type knives. I just buy, if I find a neat one that's got a funky handle or something, I'll buy it. I've got a big blade one and a little blade one here. Super handy to have. Next up, I got a whole assortment of switchblade adjusters. As you can see, some of these are broken. Just today, right before I made this video, I placed a order with Pinball Life, and I always look at tools, and they had a new revision that had case hardened, I think they called it case hardened, but they said it was hardened, so hopefully it'll prevent what you see here on some of these where they're just not very strong. Next one, I got just an inexpensive set of Allen keys. They're super nice. Some of them have the little fancy ball end on it, so you can adjust the angle of it or get to the screw and you don't have to be straight on it. Really nice. Cotton swabs, self-explanatory. Next one, another one I use a lot are brushes. This dark green one or gray one or black one or whatever you call it, that's like a heavy-duty brush that I got when I worked at the automotive dealership. And I found almost the exact same kind in this Shooter's Choice nylon all-purpose brushes. I bought these at the farm and home store type of thing. I bought a 20-pack because I love these things so much. They're like a really stiff bristle, good for cleaning. Next to that is your normal toothbrush. I always tell everybody in the household here, don't throw your toothbrushes away. I'll use them. So sometimes these are one use and toss depending on what you put on them, but they're really handy to have. Up next, we've got a series of lubricants. You don't use much lubricant in a pinball machine, but there are a couple surfaces where it's really important. First one I got is this PBR grease. It is great for the pop bumper spoon. Another product I've got, Label 106 lubricating grease. I've used this in pop bumper spoons. It's worked great as well. I bought this at the hardware store. I don't use it a ton, but it's nice to have. Up next is this small white plastic tube, and you go, what the heck is that thing for? Well, if you look on the circuit boards of certain Williams and Gottlieb machines, probably others, the ones that are not retained by screws are retained by white plastic clips that you sometimes have to get in there with a needle nose plier and squeeze them. Well, this tool is meant for those. You just slide it over there and it releases the clip. Really nice to have without breaking the clips. Again, whenever you're buying pinball parts, just look at the tools and buy some stuff. Another thing I got is this little magnet on the end of a stick. Really handy for pulling stuff out of a cabinet or whatnot. Soldering station. Really nice to have. Good quality one. The better one you can afford, the better you're going to be. But you can have good results without having the best stuff. This is not the best stuff by any means. And right next to it is super important, high quality solder. Lead-based solder works the best. This is 6040. And it's made by Kester, which is a great brand. Depending on where you live in the world or in the country, in the USA here, buy this right now, because some parts, even in Europe, you can't even buy lead-based solder anymore unless you're a specialty business or something. So get it while you can. One of my favorite tools, especially as I get older, is this OptiVisor. I've always worn glasses, and I've noticed it's true what they say. Kind of around 40, you kind of tend to lose some vision, and this has really helped me work on stuff. What I love about these is they come in a variety of strengths. What I do is I have two of these. I've got one in a medium strength and one in a little bit stronger strength. And it's great. I also love the fact that these are optically ground glass. Very nice to have. The prices are all over the place, so it pays to shop around. Underneath this black case, this is more for electromechanical work, but this is a screwdriver set more for gunsmithing, but I bought it because it has a crap ton of flat blade screw bits in it. Different thicknesses and widths and whatnot. And this is great for working on an EM because they mostly have flat blade screws. And the more accurate of bit you can pick, the best chance you're going to have at removing that screw without damaging it. And one of my last things on here is this handy dandy small multimeter. What I love about this is it has a clamp on top, and this measures DC current, which is pretty darn amazing for something this small and tiny and inexpensive. I bought this on Amazon. It says Seinstech UT210E. I learned about this on one of my favorite YouTube channels, Big Clive, and this has helped me, besides the normal functions of a voltmeter, it has helped me diagnose excessive current issues, like in the Las Vegas that I was having, that I need to verify the current on a part. I hope you like this video about pinball tools. Of course, you can use these tools for all kinds of stuff. That's why they're great to have around. And as you can see, I've got multiples of a few things, and because I do use them elsewhere in the house or in the garage or whatnot. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Check out the live streams, the routine. Hit the bell icon, all that stuff. So thank you very much for watching.